Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after a mid-season break after what may seem like an eternity to the only entertainment on a Saturday night which matters. It is, of course, the one, the only, Five Guys and a Gigalith. Tonight we see whether the men who make you quake in your boots can pull off another stunning and yet flawless victory. And so our match begins in the traditional fashion as it always has done, as we have expected it to, week upon week, with Potato in the lead position, ready to employ any command which should fall into his lap. And so on this field of play, an exchange takes place, a calm before the storm, if you will, with both parties trading rocks as if they were indeed merchants by profession. But as is common knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, merchants cannot thrive off trade forever, and Potato's employment in this realm has now come to an end as he launches himself off a cliff in self-sacrifice, leaving a grand explosion, a torrent of water in his wake. And though Swampert was not damp before, he most certainly is now. And so, with the job unfinished, it falls to a true legend to eliminate the slippery foe, and send him reeling to Davy Jones' locker beneath the sea. That is, of course, the one and only Kong. As he enters the field of play, he moves the earth with his very mind, and gives it a power which can pull his waterborne enemy 6 feet under, eliminating Swampert completely and utterly, and allowing him to stand confident, awaiting the entrance of his next foe. Dusclops is sent in with his piercing single eye, threatening Kong as if with a purpose to bore into his very soul. But Kong does not falter. He remains unchallenged and continues his relentless assault as a long battle of persistent back and forth ensues. Pain splits this way, Will-O-Wisp that way, and a consistent earth power between each attempt to wear the great Kong down. And finally, after a tiresome bout, Kong stands victorious, many wounds to his name, but with the tyrannical Dusknoir, a ghost, now truly a ghost indeed. Now enters Caracosta, a dangerous turtle, one with the knowledge of priority, a skill that Kong unfortunately lacks, and so because of this, the great purple giant does fall, having done his part for this game. Enter Hitmonchan, a man who was not present at the season premiere due to his dedication of training and unfaltering resolve to bring glory upon Five Guys and a Gigalith. He threatens the Caracosta with not only one, not only two, but 3 of his moves in his arsenal, and so forces the timid turtle to retreat, sending a massive mushroom in his place. And though this fun guy can take the drain punch moderately, he cannot repeat that defensive success on a second hit, as the chilling ice punch freezes him to the very core. But before he leaves the field of play, a generous citizen, he bestows a final unwanted gift upon Hitmonchan, an effect spore that brings nightmare and fear. Now seeing an opportunity to strike while the iron is hot, the turtle re-emerges, no longer afraid of Hitmonchan as he has been seized by the horrors of a dream world. Knowing that he could now be the Goku of his race, he smashes his shell in half, breaking the bonds which hold him down, ascending to the level of Super Turtle with a power level higher than the stratosphere. From the sidelines, Five Guys and a Gigalith can only watch in fear as they urge their friend to awaken. "Wake up, I will kick you," they cry. "Wake up, dear friend!" And yet for all their effort, completing such a task is an impossibility, as Hitmonchan remains asleep, and the deadly turtle takes his first blood. Now seized by a desire for revenge, and that alone, Incredible graces the field, knowing that he can resist against one stab that this super turtle may throw his way. And as he stands strong, he stares down the turtle, confusing his foe, and sending him a signal that he is not afraid. In an arrogant turn of events, the turtle uses Aquajet, thinking that he has the ability to eliminate the watery rabbit with such a stab, and yet he falls, as Incredible destroys his enemy with a crushing superpower. Now enters a strange Pokemon, seemingly useless, Stunfisk by name, but Incredible knows better. He retreats to give way to the one, the only, the fucking man, who's filled with arrogance at this point in the season and thinks that he can not only dodge the oncoming thunder, which he does so with grace, but can also change things up and pull out a mid-game Giga Impact! And so he does. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in his career since he failed to KO Raikou with his signature move in Season 2, he meets yet another Pokemon which can take him on. Not only does Stunfisk live the hit, but it uses its shocking body to paralyze the fucking man, leaving him crushed and defeated, a mere shell of the man he used to be. So weak is Stunfisk that it needs a second hit to take the winged legend down, but cements its place as a mortal enemy of Five Guys and a Gigalith. However, as is traditional in a scenario such as this, McBoss enters the field intent on using his deadly arsenal of moves to clean up all the mess left behind by the younger and less experienced members of the team. So he strikes down Stunfisk with a brutal flare blitz, but not before the flat foe leaves McBoss with the same tainting injury that it gave to the fucking man. Rest assured, Five Guys and a Gigalith want revenge on Stunfisk in this life or the next. Now enters the final assailant, a vicious Victini that may think it has a shadow of a chance to pull through and take down the remaining team members, but just as the Super Turtle flaunted its priority previously, both McBoss and Incredible can do likewise, and so, in a tag team effort, McBoss attempts to weaken the red-headed beast before him with an assault of extreme speeds, leaving it helpless and unable to take on the oncoming assault. The fluid feats of one Incredible, which sends this one Victini to its very watery grave to join Swampert under the sea, where it shall rest for eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Five Guys and a Gigalith. If you enjoyed the verbal onslaught I have thrown your way, please leave a memorial to the fucking man by letting his deafening impact ring true through the halls of eternity by leaving your own impact on that like button. It would be much appreciated. Tune in next week to see whether Five Guys and a Gigalith will have what it takes to remain undefeated and whether the fucking man will be able to return to his former glory. Goodbye.